It's ChickenboneJohn here again, and I'm back with this EKO 12 string. There's a few loose braces inside it, so I've just done a dry clamp up without any glue, just to make sure I can get all my clamps in. So there's a brace in about here, and then there's another transverse brace here, and two long braces running down here, and they've all just started parting from the top a bit. So I've just done this to make sure I can get the thing clamped up. There is this other brace which has come out from inside from about there. That's going to get clamped in later on. The other thing I've done is just glued up the back. I think when this was filled with foam, it probably pushed the back. I think it's exerted enough pressure to actually part the back from the sides. You may just be able to see here, it's cracked the lacquer with the binding, and I can feel that. So what I managed to do, I cleaned all as much foam as I could by just mechanically removing it with chisels and a hacksaw blade and a little bit of solvent. And then I was able to get a brush and work some Titebond along here on the inside and the outside, making sure I got the glue in between the back and the linings, the curved lining strips along here. So I think that's pretty solid, but I think that expanding foam didn't do that any good. So I think actually I managed, this all seems to have been positioned okay. So what I'll do, I'll take these off, work some glue into the gap that I can see between the top and these braces. I've just been using my little mirror on a stick. You can see it's a bit, that one's a bit broken, but it was just like a little round one, but I've actually glued a larger mirror. But that's enough for me to get to be able to get the mirror in here and see that I'm at the right place with these braces, and also that the gap has closed up, and indeed it has. So I think it's not going to be brilliant, but at least it'll be a bit more solid. So once that's done, as I say, I'll glue this other transverse brace in, and then it's ready for assembly. Here we've got the EKO 12 string, actually getting the braces glued up. Now I've had a proper look inside and discovered that there's, apart from this missing brace across here, there's also a brace about here. There's also a brace about here, which also looks a bit loose. So what I've done to start, I've got the first bit clamped up. We've got a transverse brace running across the bridge, and then there's two longitudinal braces either side of the sound hole, always coming a little bit loose. So what I was using was my mirror. It gets a little bit surgical here, so with a good light and the mirror, I can start seeing what's in here. I can see there's some glue squeeze out on the braces, which is good because it means we've actually got the glue in. So I'll leave that to set a little bit. Yeah, and I can see on the other, there's quite a bit of glue there. So I may be able to clean that up. So I said we get a little surgical. So here we've got a pair of surgical forceps, and I can go into the body and clean up any glue drips that's there, and then also I can just start going in, cleaning any drips and smears off the braces, just using the damp sponge. So yeah, it's definitely a matter of scalpel, mirror, forceps. So there you go, just a pair of surgical forceps, very handy, very for this sort of work. I did used to have a pair of curved ones as well, like S-shaped ones. I'm not sure where they've gone. I don't think I've left them in the patient. Anyway, so we'll leave that to get set up. We'll clean it up as best we can. Yeah, so I'll probably, when I put that other loose brace in, and this one here, I may just prop it with some sticks. You can see we've got braces, got little props here. They're cut out to notch over the braces, and then that can be wedged in against the back. I might need to cut some specifically for the height, but just scraps of wood, as I say. And these, can see that one was specifically done where we to bridge over a brace at the back and brace at the top where they weren't in line. This hasn't got any braces in the back. It's a laminated arched back, which is rather nice. So as I say, we might need to cut a few extra little props just to suit the correct depth. These other bits and pieces in here. Yeah, as you can see, I've got some little templates here for drilling headstocks. We're very sort of keen on all these little guides and jigs just to help things speed along. Anyway, so that's that. We have to, I'll leave that overnight to dry. I might take them off, clamps off, in a few hours once it's sort of seized on, and then clean up any drips, and then I'll have to take these off to get in. So then I may just sort of unclamp, as I say, I'll unclamp it, clean off as best we can, reclamp and leave it overnight so it's good and solid. Then we start moving back. As I say, I'll get to this more inaccessible one here and prop that. And then the final thing will be the missing brace, which is this one here, and we'll get that glued in and we'll just prop that in place. We may be, this clamp may just be able to get a center grip on that, and then we'll prop up the rest of it.